Hola. How we doing? Day 7, 14, 21, 20, maybe like 25 of quarantine. Not sure. It's been a lot. So today I'm going to curl my hair the way I curl my hair always. I have like probably 3 different ways that I curl my hair, and I'm hopeful to film them all over the course of the next few days. But the first way, which I call the bubble curl, for no apparent reason other than it reminds me of a bubble, hopefully it answers some questions for all of you at home who curl your hair and struggle with it, because I have lots of clients who tell me that they don't like curling their hair at home because they don't know how to do it. So my hair is a day old. I washed it yesterday. And normally I would not curl it this early being clean, but I don't have any dry shampoo as previously stated, and this is the best it's gonna look without it being really, really greasy. Normally I would curl it on day 3 or 4 to get me to day 6 or 7 because dry shampoo gives you some lift and then my curls last, and then it's fantastic. But we don't have that luxury in quarantine. I did not put anything special in it. I did exactly what I did in my blow drying video. I have my miracle spray treatment for my heat protectant. I do not put another heat protectant in my hair as is now. You can and probably should, but I do not because I don't like a lot of product. So normally I would take my Moroccan oil medium hairspray first, but I'm gonna use the Sebastian one today, Sharper Plus, because it's almost gone and I'm trying to get rid of it. Just a bit of spray at the beginning. Whew, strong. I really like the smell of the Moroccan oil spray, and this is fine too. Just not my favorite. Okay, so zhuzhed it a little bit. It's got just a tiny, tiny bit of hairspray in it to give it a little bit of grip. Some people like to curl all of their hair, then hairspray. Some people like to curl all of their hair, comb it out, then hairspray. It all depends. I put a little bit in before because my hair is very fine, doesn't really hold much shape, so this helps her out. Okay, so I split mine down the middle, and then you can choose your part, and it all depends on how the hair's feeling for me, because sometimes it goes this way. Actually, most of the time it goes that way. Sometimes it goes this way. What are we thinking? I'm thinking this way. I kind of like it down the middle, but that's also very boring. I do that a lot. We're gonna go down the middle. It's just what she wants. See that? It just literally fell straight to the middle. When you're doing it at home, you would part to wherever you want your part to go, because in this particular way of curling, we are curling all of the hair on one side, one direction, and all of the hair on the other side, another direction. So it's very important that you have your part, because if you switch it after you've curled it, you'll have one that goes like the wrong way. I don't separate it half and half. I just start curling all down. If you have a lot of hair, you're probably going to want to separate from like your temples and take it like this. And then put that up and start curling half and half from there, and then release the top. I just don't do that because who has time for that, and it's annoying. I'm going to be using my Conair Curling Iron from probably, I'd say 6th grade. It's on 360 degrees. And then, I really don't even know where you would get this because it's so old. I think it still works. Like, it's honestly still in a fantastic shape for being so old. So, take my first section. I start from the back. It's small-ish, but it's not tiny. You don't want curls to be small sections. They can't be huge, obviously, because then it won't curl, but hair does better with hair in all aspects of life. Hair does better with other hair. So it dries better with other hair, it curls better with other hair. When you get down to like 3 hair strands, it's not gonna stay. It's gotta have some buddies to hold on to. So this is my section. Don't know what it looks like, so that'll be interesting to see. But I try to, in my mind, take triangular sections, because when you take like square or like a pillar section, I guess, and straight out, it's gonna fall to be exactly how it grew out of your head. And when you take like more triangular sections and keep like cutting through the hair like this, it kind of moves the curl a little bit, so it's not so perfect and you don't get any lines. So this is a clamp because I don't like a wand, but I kind of use it as a wand. I take the hair, very important, I continue to wrap around. I do not let it like smooth out as I'm wrapping. If you can see, it's fully wrapped with twist in it. This is the secret. This is me exposing my life's work, because most hairstylists will tell you to flatten it out and not do what I'm currently doing, and I'm gonna show you how it looks because I figured it out. So we'll leave it for just a little bit. I leave the ends out for this one, and then we'll release her, give her a second to cool off. If you let the curl down when it's really, really hot, that heat is gonna pull it back straight, because it's still so very hot in your hand right now that it's gonna be able to make more of a coil if you just hold it up for a second and let it chill. So when I let it down, do you see how it's still like, it's a very, very tight curl. I want the curls today to be a little bit tighter so you can really see them. But if you wanted this to be a looser look, you could just take it and pull it out as you go, like so. And just like pull the end, but we're not gonna do that today. Take your next section, like so. And I usually don't, I did brush my hair out before this because that was the first time I brushed my hair today. But I usually try not to brush it out all too much, because you want some body from how your hair is, not tangly, but just like the texture of it when it's not perfectly brushed out and soft. So you can't really see because it's in the back right now, but I am taking all of my sections the same way and curling backwards away from my face. So it's just really like a mind thing. You got to think about, I am curling away from my face, I am wrapping away from my face. They all have to go the same way in order for this to work. Give her a second to chill and release and put it back there. Take it out. Release, let it be, throw it back. So as you can see, I'm really just moving through really fast. That one's a bit big, but I hope that I hope it actually looks like a triangle. It feels like it. See how it's like here, here, here. Kind of a point at the top. I just take them like, I'll take my thumb and I section this way, then I section this way, then this way, then this way. And just keep going back in that pattern to make it kind of like, so it's not just straight up into your hair and then you just let it fall and it's like curl, 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 curl. You want it to be like curl, curl. All these different patterns. So that when you brush it out, you can't tell where I started. Okay, next section. I'm also, if you noticed, kind of pulling it up. I'm over directing the hair to give myself some volume at the root. And I start right up at the root. Make sure you're getting that whole section of hair curled. You do not want anything left out. I tap it just to get that end part a little heated up. Sorry about the squeak. As I said, this curling iron is just about as old as me, so she a little squeaky. I clean it up for you guys, but man, I tell you what, this is my favorite curling iron in the whole world. When this thing dies, I shall die with it. Okay, release. See the same pattern. They all spiral away from my face. I'm wrapping them all away from my face. Put it back. I had music on, but that didn't work out because I wasn't paying any attention to what was going on and just singing to the music. Hence the silence. I'm probably holding each one like maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, almost as long as you should be washing your hands. But if your curling iron is the right temperature, you should be able to get the curl heated up in a quick amount of time without damaging the hair and without taking like 16 years to curl your hair. I have plenty of girls who have had heat damage in the past and are scared of their curling irons. And they're like, I curl my hair on 200 degrees. And I'm like, homie, you can't even bake a cupcake at 200 degrees. You need to have it like to where the center is cooking at the same time as the outer is cooking, just like an oven. Ovens are usually about 350 degrees. That's the average for baking a cake or a cupcake because you want the outside to cook at the same time the inside's cooking. And how do you know it's done? You could just touch it like this. I always touch it with my fingers, see how the outside's doing. Is it getting hot? Yes, it is. Let it release because the inside part of the curl is touching the curling iron, and that is sold. That is hot. The outside is what you want to heat up because that's how you're going to get your curl. Wow, that's a bouncy one. Throw it back. Now we're getting to the front, so it's kind of different because your head shape and hair is more fragile, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to start down here. I'm going to take this away. Probably do this one. Again, taking up. I have my curling iron tilted down. Wrap it around town. Leave those ends out. And sometimes I just kind of like do one of these to kind of get that little wave still at the end, but I'm leaving my end out. Give a little tap tap. And release. And leave it. Now I'm gonna go up here. That's a big one. Maybe leave out the top there. Same thing, over direct. Boom. I also want to talk about, I don't curl my hair often, and this is going to be interesting. This is an experience for us all because I got a haircut. When did I get my hair done? I think February? No, maybe it was March. I think it was like the first week of March before this craziness. So thankfully, I'm not looking super dark in this video. Shout out to Jessica. But this is the first time I'm curling my hair since I've had it cut. I don't curl my hair very much, but if you are someone who really enjoys your hair curled, curl your hair. People, you have to live your lives. If your whole life surrounds around, I have to do this, and this, and I'm gonna wear myself out to death because my beauty routine is so important to me, that's no way to live. You have to live your life. There are women out there who will sacrifice so much to look a certain way, and it's just not worth it. It is so not worth it, okay? You're like, I really want to curl my hair. I like the way I look with my hair curl, but my hair is just so damaged and fried. Then we have to figure out what the other thing is that's going on, because you can curl your hair safely. You can flat iron your hair safely. Most of you don't, but you can. It's called a 1-pass and hella heat protectant. You can do all these things. I blow dry my hair every single time I wash my hair. The only time I ever let it air dry is when I'm visiting Caroline in Alabama, and this, like, you walk outside and boom, it's dry. So, and I also like the way it looks down there because the South is amazing. But that's why quarantine is so wonderful, because we can take a break, give your hair a break, do some treatments. I did a treatment on my hair yesterday, probably for the first time in, I would say, a year, because I'm either selling the treatments that I'm planning on taking home, or I don't have time, or I'm too tired. I did a treatment. It was awesome. Give your face a break. This is the first time I've put mascara on since I filmed the other video, which was probably about 10 days ago now, and my eyelashes are poppin'. They have not been this long since I came out of the womb. But I'm giving my face a break. Not doing my makeup every day. Not really caring because I'm at home. Some days I feel really disgusting. Those are the days that I actually do get ready, because for my mental health, I must still sometimes look presentable. Okay, so this side is done. Do you see how they all go the same way? Don't worry about what's happening here. You see this goes this way, this goes this way. Just don't worry about it. Just leave it be. It looks very like prom in like 2005, but just leave it. Let her dry. Let her cool. Not dry. Let it cool. Leave it all back there, okay? Now we start on the other side. Okay. This is where it gets tricky, because I am ambidextrous when it comes to hair, which is where my skill set of being an actual hairstylist comes in. Let's see if I can do it the other way. Let's experiment, shall we? I've never done this side with my right hand for this look, so let's see. I guess you would just do the same and just wrap her around the other way. Ooh, that hurts me. Much stretch. Very extended. You can't even see my arm. Ow, this isn't gonna last long. Ooh, man. Okay. It worked. That's what we're going for. So I'm gonna pop that back there. But if you can experiment and try and use your other hand, as I'm about to show you, that would be best. So I'm switching hands. Now I have this in my left hand and still coming from the back. Oh boy. This might not be the most glamorous side. Especially because I can't see what I'm doing, but it's fine. So, it's just a wrappy away from the face. Ooh, same thing. Ooh, that's a little. Obviously, it's been a minute since I've done this, but stuff like that, just don't worry about it right now. We'll fix it later. Okay, so you see how I'm just wrapping away from the face again? Do you see? Do you see? Oh, my hip has to crack. Release the kraken. I really enjoy curling my hair. I don't do it much because I don't feel like I have the time to, but I just have always had long hair, and I've always loved the look of my hair being long and curled. My hair's never been shorter than it is now, I don't think. The shortest it's ever been was probably when I was like 4 and I was growing it out. This is a big section because the hair around my face is very fragile, as previously stated. my face. So now, we're just gonna let it cool. Just give it a second. Let it breathe. It's been through a lot. Maybe at this time, I would also take a bit of hairspray. Just a tiny bit. Alright, so I gave it about 2-3 minutes. 2-3 minutes to chill. And we're gonna start on the side that's been cooling. And I just take my fingers and I just work with it as it goes. See, sometimes you get a little loner who wants to be apart from the pack. Maybe just give him just a bit of hairspray and work him into his spot. See how it all goes one way, folks? It's all away from my face. Yes. Okay, other side. Same thing. Just sit gentle. And then I take my fingers through the separation part. I guess I can turn around for this. So that's pretty much all I do. It's very simple. I wouldn't even really put any product in it at this point, but I want to show you how I fix the back. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna figure it out. I take my mirror and I look in the back, and it looks pretty good today. Sometimes you get a straggler. Whoa! Sometimes you'll get a straggler all by itself, but it looks pretty good today. We got one right here. See it? So now I just take this piece. See, it's kind of acting funky. I think this was the one that I maybe had too much in it or whatever. And then you just give it a little touch up. Just remind him who he is and where he's meant to be. And there we go. He's good to go. Put him back in with the pack. You'll never even know. Normally the hair in front of my face is not this short. I had to sacrifice some in my haircut that I have probably brought up one too many times. But these ones that are really short, if you have some super short ones in the front, just curl them with some bigger pieces, because hair helps hair, like I said. And if you put it in with like a longer piece, it's just gonna disappear into that piece and then you don't even know about it. But that's all, y'all. That's all she wrote. I call it the bubble curl because it gets all big and bubbly. Like Dolly Parton. And that's the final result. Side. Other side. And it just all goes away from my face. You can't even really tell where it comes together in the back. It just does. And I did it for that picture on my Instagram where I have the blue outfit on. I was going to Evan and Josefine's wedding. I brushed it out with a brush so it was like really elegant wave and not so like separated. So that's an option too. It just reminds me so much of my favorite movie, Steel Magnolias, because it's so big and southern. So if you have any trouble doing this or have any questions, do reach out to me. I would be happy to talk. If you just want to talk about life, it has nothing to do with hair. I also miss those conversations because it's been a long time since I've been in the salon, and it's making me very sad and miss your guys' lives. But this is pretty easy, I think. If you try it out, send me pictures. I'd be happy to see it and instruct you or congratulate you on the successful run at it. If anybody wants to see me do anything else, I certainly have plenty of time. Yeah, let me know. Per usual, don't know how to end it, so I'm just gonna sip my tea and say goodbye for now, but not forever.